Audio Jungle.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about Clean Vibes. It's you're right now you're running it remotely. It's located in Tampa, and you're residing currently in Columbus, Ohio.
Yes.
How did that occur? What's the story behind that?
Yeah. So, um, apparently I come up with some interesting ideas sometimes when I start meditating. Well, I'm not sure I'm not sure they just kind of come to me.
Mhm.
So, I had a girlfriend who was a client, an entrepreneur, and she said, and she's known me for a long time, and she said, Jamie, I think I want to open a laundromat in Tampa. And at this time I was in Ohio and I was a little jealous. I'm like, well, I want to open a laundromat. In Tampa. And so anyway, I said, okay, well, if you find a location, I'll help you. And anyway, I was meditating one day and little voice said, you should just ask Jocelyn if she wants to do it with you. So I said, oh, well, that's a good idea. So, I said, okay, I'll help you and we'll do this together. Um, and you can run day-to-day operations, and she thought that was a good idea. So we started looking more seriously for a store, and one fell through, which ended up being a blessing.
Mhm.
And then what's now Clean Vibes, came on the market. But actually at the same time her husband needed cash for his architecture business. uh, and at the same time, my husband said, I think I would like for us to own the first one or two or three on our own and have our own kind of investment thesis for how we want to run the business.
Right.
And so we ended up being able to just acquire this one on our own. And that's worked out well. But one of the things that I knew when we were looking at this store was that I was going to need somebody on the ground in Tampa to be able to run it, as me, essentially,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
So whatever I would need to be doing, I would need somebody else to be doing. And so, going back to like the building blocks that you mentioned in the beginning, Bob, um,
Mhm.
a friend of mine had been running operations for Wash Lava in Tampa. He's a CPA actually, and he just likes to tinker with laundromats.
Mhm.
And so I called him when we were looking at this location, and I said, would you want to run it,
Mhm.
day to day until we get back? And
Yeah.
so he said, yes, I will do that. And so that has it's been a lifesaver. Like there's zero way that you can, run a full service laundromat
Mhm.
remotely if you don't have somebody um locally that can take care of
Right.
things as they arise. We've
Right.
got a great staff,
Mhm.
but that their job is not to operate
Mhm.
a laundromat.
Mhm.
Their job is to work at the laundromat,
Mhm.
and there's a difference there. And so you kind of need both skill sets. You need more of a, operations, executive operations skill set, and then you need, day-to-day customer service operations.
Right.
So we've been fortunate to have, just a really good team
Yeah.
um, that's made it work.
Well, in addition to that team, you're a great staff and some folks in the operational end of it. What are some other strategies that you would suggest to other owners who are looking to run remotely? What else would you suggest?
I mean, it's been very helpful for me
Mhm.
that I knew what we needed to do.
Mhm.
So, I wouldn't recommend ever that and somebody who's not been in the business try to run laundromats
Mhm.
remotely
Mhm.
unless they've got a partner who has been doing it
Okay.
and really knows what they're doing.
Mhm.
Because it's just too much,
Mhm.
and there's other ways to make money. A
Mhm.
lot of laundromat owners are own rental properties and things like that,
Right.
and there's a lot that can happen with a
Yeah.
laundromat.
Mhm.
And so either you're going to be, if and you don't know when those things are going to happen. So either you're going to be going to that laundromat on a semi-regular basis, or you're going to need somebody who can, do it for you.
Mhm,
So I would say, if you know what you're doing, and you've got somebody who also knows what they're doing, that
mhm,
can be on the ground,
mhm.
then you can make it work. But otherwise, there's just other ways to make money.
Yeah, that's the key. Absolutely.